Hi everyone, this is Jarrod Nickel, Executive Director for ProjectCoe.com. Today I'm going to take a look at Pursuit Force Extreme Justice for the PlayStation Portable. Extreme Justice takes place shortly after the events of the first Pursuit Force. The hero from that game is now a commander who just so happens to be getting married, when all of a sudden the convicts from the first Pursuit Force somehow escape from prison and decide it's a good time to crash his wedding. For the most part, you could pretty well ignore the story. It's highly predictable, albeit slightly entertaining. As far as gameplay is concerned, you can expect the same frantic action from the first Pursuit Force. You can also expect a plethora of new vehicle types. Now we've got different types of boats, hovercrafts, motorcycles, etc. But as you can tell from the videos, it's pretty much the exact same game as the first Pursuit Force. The big difference this time around comes from different mission types. Instead of focusing solely on driving missions and then switching up to another mission type, this time around one mission will have 3 to 4 different variations of the different gameplay mechanics. So you could be riding around with cars as you see here, and then suddenly go on an on-foot mission, and then say you'll end up in a helicopter trying to take down enemies with a gun turret. The major problem basically stems, like the first part, where the ground missions are pretty crappy. There's no second analog sticks, so you have a very hard time moving, looking, and shooting all at the same time. What's greatly improved is the new saving mechanic. This time around, whenever you die, you don't have to start all over from the beginning of the mission. Now you have checkpoints where you can start from about halfway points of the levels, which is really helpful. Wrapping up the gameplay is a nice multiplayer mode, but sadly it's offline only, so you'll have to get a couple of buddies just to experience it. And I should note that there is substantial lag while you're playing, except of course for the host. As you can tell from the videos, the graphics have been substantially improved. This time around the city is larger, there's more objects in the environment, and everything looks pretty well nicer than it did the last time around. The frame rate is almost always stable, and even if you connect it to an HD TV, you're in for quite the treat. There are quite a few jaggies that show up from time to time, and yes, there is some clipping issues and a little bit of pop-in, but for the most part, Pursuit Force Extreme Justice looks exceptionally well for a PSP game. As far as the music's concerned, the same composer that did Mass Effect did Pursuit Force, so that means you can expect epic, non-stop action themes throughout the entire adventure. As far as voice acting goes, it's a give or take. Some actors are fantastic, others are really crappy. The overall audio-video experience is quite pleasing, as you can see. Now here, just take a moment and listen to this killer soundtrack. The difficulty has also been greatly reduced compared to the first Pursuit Force. For those that are a little bit worried about that, fear not, as there are 3 selectable difficulty settings that you can mess around with, and in-game you can also earn money that you can use to upgrade your character and the vehicles. So it makes the experience just far more enjoyable compared to that of the first Pursuit Force. Thus far in 2008, this is without a doubt the first AAA game for the PSP, and one you really shouldn't miss. As such, I give the game an 8.2, which earns our bronze medal. Don't forget that you can go online to www.ProjectCoe.com to check out the full written review. Before I'm out, just want to say thanks to Wayne Tovin for the music as always. Okay guys, see you next time. Ciao.